According to well-known industry insider and leaker Dusk Golem, Resident Evil 9 is going to push the story in a new direction too. He claims that this game could deliver the most complex narrative Resident Evil has ever seen. And that's a big statement for a franchise with such a long history of interwoven characters and conspiracies. For starters, Leon Kennedy is rumored to be back. We discussed this yesterday on the video. The fan favorite from previous Resident Evil games is making a return, but not the way we saw him last. This time, Leon is older with graying hair, an unshaven look, and the weight of years of fighting bioterror on his shoulder. It's a side of Leon that fans haven't really seen before, and it immediately sets a different tone for his part in the story. Gameplay-wise, his sections are said to lean heavily into action, but not the over-the-top, borderline supernatural action you might remember from games like Village or parts of Resident Evil 4. Think more grounded, more believable, and according to Rumours, gone are the days of fighting things like possessed statues. Instead, Leon's chapters will focus on tense combat in larger, more open environments. Now, vehicles will also play a role in the game, letting players move between areas in a way that might feel reminiscent of the boat sections in Resident Evil 4. And get this, some have even compared these gameplay elements to The Last of Us Part 2, which, if true, could mean slower pacing, heavier combat encounters, and emphasis on realism and brutal action too. Leon isn't the only protagonist. Of course, Grace is a new character introduced into the franchise, and she has her own campaign. And while Leon's story is set in the year 2020, Grace's campaign takes place years later in 2028. That means players will experience two different timelines, two different perspectives, all woven together into one large interconnected story. Now, Resident Evil has dabbled with this before, multiple campaigns with different characters overlapping the same story. But according to the leaks, Resident Evil 9 is pushing this idea further than ever before. The campaign won't just brush past each other, they'll connect on a much bigger scale, creating one of the most ambitious story structures the franchise has attempted. It raises questions: how will events from 2020 shape what's happened in 2028? How much of Leon's choices will echo into Grace's world? Of course, all of this is still rumor territory. Dusk Golem has a history of accurate leaks, especially when it comes to all things Resident Evil. But until Capcom show us official footage, we should keep expectations balanced. Luckily, with the Tokyo Game Show just around the corner, we might not have to wait too long before seeing Leon's new design and gameplay for ourselves.